Hey everybody, it's Jennifer7 and welcome to the Menopause Map Fem Power. Yay! I felt like I needed to get on here today to talk about sleep because sleep in midlife is quite different for women than before midlife, and I certainly have struggled with this a great deal myself. So we're going to tackle sleep for just a few minutes here today, and I'm going to give you some of my best tips. So I do want to remind you that this is education coaching only. This is not medical advice. And what I do promise to share with you today is simple, repeatable, just real life support so that we can get through this. And I feel that sleep is one of our most important foundations. Without sleep, everything else just doesn't seem to work well. And it feels different because our bodies are different and we're moving into great hormonal change. So when we talk about sleep, it's not going to be just about sleep hygiene. It's about our capacity. Our capacity is lower now, and we're more sensitive to stress and overstimulation, which can carry into the night. So I don't know if you all have experienced the 2 a.m. problem solving that happens, but this is what happens to me. I can fall asleep just fine. 2 a.m., the brain pops awake and I'm going to solve every problem in the world at 2 a.m. And it's just ridiculous. But what that is the brain just trying to make sense and to create some safety for us because we're overstimulated and overstressed, and there's a lot going on hormonally. Our cortisol levels, our stress hormones can be peaking at that 2 a.m. time. So one of the biggest mistakes I think we make in this time, and I am so guilty of it myself, is we beat ourselves up. We treat these wake ups like a failure, like, what am I doing wrong? And I panic. I look at the clock, it's 2 a.m. I think, oh my God, I am not going to be able to go back to sleep. My day is going to be ruined. I just feel completely more stressed and anxious. And I'm like, I'm going to be so tired. And that does nothing but make it worse. I'm pretty good about not hitting the phone. I used to do this, uh, that phone at 2 a.m. That's not good either because that's going to overstimulate our brain as well. And it's probably not helpful to be looking at the clock because that immediately triggers me. It's like, oh no, 2 a.m. I have this many hours left that I can possibly fall back asleep. Or heaven forbid, I woke up at 4 o'clock, but I can't fall back asleep. Well, I've only got, 2 hours now. And it just really messes with your mind. Phone scrolling just can, the lights, it can spike our stress and it starts training the brain. Hey, this is wake up time. We don't want to do that. So we really want to be careful not to go to our technology devices at that time. So what I want to share with you today is what I call a sleep floor. Floors are simply the minimum that we can do to hold us up, to give us support. And I talk about a sleep floor, a food floor, a muscle floor. But today I want to tackle a sleep floor. So it's just the minimum that allows us to function. This isn't necessarily perfect sleep, but it's more of a predictable support. And the goal for us is to have fewer spirals and to train ourselves to have a faster return to reset or to rest, a faster return to rest. So we're returning to rest, returning to sleep. I'm going to give you 3 examples that you can try, and it all depends on what your sleep problem is. So some people have trouble falling asleep. Some people have the 2 a.m. wake up, and then some people just wake up feeling like they haven't slept at all and their energy is very depleted. So we're gonna address each one of these. So the first one is that winding down, the 10-minute shutdown routine. That just doesn't have to take that long. Let's just give yourself 10 minutes. So we want to create patterns and rhythms and routines. So we're training the body, we're training the mind that this is now the time to wind down into rest. So we want to do it in the same order every night, even on good nights, because we're making routines. We're teaching the brain this is how we settle. You want to start with low light and low stimulation and really want to try to stay away from screens. That blue light is very activating for our brains. We want to just pick 3 to 4 steps that we can repeat every night. And that could be as simple as before I go to bed, I'm going to brush my teeth, I'm going to wash my face, I'm going to take my magnesium if I use that to help me settle down. Maybe it's a cup of herbal tea, but the lights are going to be low. Keep the phone out of the room or put it in a drawer or somewhere where it's not calling you. Maybe read one page of a book or listen to one calming track of music or a sleep story. I love sleep stories. They work well for me. And of course, you are on your device when you do that, but I just pop my earpods in. I don't look at the phone. I just listen gently. You're really emphasizing in this part consistency. Consistency beats intensity. Okay. So that's the first one. That's just a 10-minute wind down, building a routine, a calming routine, calming. Okay. Second one is that 2 a.m. plan. This is the one I'm working on. And here's my tips for this. The rule is no negotiating in the dark with your brain. A really excellent tip is to have a journal by your bed and do a little brain dump. Just write down all of the things that you think you need to do tomorrow, just anything on your mind, get it out of your head and onto the book. If it's things that you need to do tomorrow, it helps you can tell your brain, look, it's handled. I have it written down so I won't forget, so that you won't be going over and over and over that at 2 a.m. So write it down before bed. And then again, no phone. We want phones out, and no phone at 2 a.m. If you do need to get up and go to the restroom or the bathroom at 2 a.m., go ahead and do that. If you need a little sip of water, do that. And then get back in the bed and just do 3 long exhales. So I always like to do in through the nose, out through the mouth. Long exhales. Begin to settle back down. Don't look at the clock. If you're not asleep in about 15 minutes, it's okay to get up, staying in low light, maybe get a really boring book or a book you've read before and start reading. If you have a chair in your bedroom, or if you can do that in your bed quietly, or if you have a partner, maybe you tell him or her, I'm going to go into the other room until I get sleepy. And reading sometimes will really bring you down. And you just want to tell your brain 2 a.m. is not meeting time. We're not doing this. Okay. I often will put my hand on my heart if I'm feeling anxious about all of it, and I'll just quietly internally say, I am okay. I am okay. I am okay. And the other thing that I love to do, it really works for me, is I do 2 a.m. if I'm up and I'm just not going back to sleep. I'll do those sleep meditations and I just pop them in. I found some great ones on YouTube just to help bring me down, and I usually will fall back asleep after that. So that's part 2. If you're a 2 a.m. person, waking up at 2 a.m. The third one, last one, is a morning repair. And again, this doesn't have to take long. And I want to remind you that I only want you to do one of these, okay, not all 3. But the morning repair is, if your sleep is really bad, I don't want you to punish yourself and be angry with yourself. We need to give ourselves grace and forgive ourselves. Try not having any caffeine late in the day. Try your food floor. Okay, we've addressed food floor in other areas, but food floor is making sure you get adequate protein and stable meals throughout the day. So start your meals with protein first and try to make sure you're getting at least 2 to 3 protein meals in a day, okay? Because our bodies need that protein that will help us with our sleep. Try getting in some gentle movement throughout the day. That could be a simple walk. It could be some simple stretches. Try to get out early in the morning. It doesn't have to be early, but just get outside in the morning light. It could be standing on your deck with your cup of coffee. Give yourself 5 or 6 minutes out in the light. It helps to set your circadian rhythm. Perhaps it's raining, then you could just look out the window for 5 minutes, okay? Getting that morning light, the daylight, it signals a lot to your body. That's our circadian rhythm, which we'll talk about on another podcast. We talked about the gentle movement, and then protect your night. do an earlier wind down because you're tired, because you didn't sleep well. Keep stimulation throughout the day lower. Just protect yourself. Be kind and gentle. So, just a reminder, we've talked about three things. We've talked about your shutdown routine. That's going to take us winding down, lowering stress so that we can fall asleep. We're talking about the 2 a.m. plan. What happens if you're the person that wakes up at 2 a.m.? And then we talked about morning repair. Watch that caffeine, get some light, and then be kind to yourself. So, what I'd love for you to do is in the comments, if you'd like to share, write your 2 a.m. plan or just for yourself. Write down what your plan is. Is it the shutdown? Is it the 2 a.m.? Is it the morning wake up? And post it in my school community, the Menopause Map. I'll drop the link in the description. And we're working on sleep this week. So please come on over and join us. We've got lots of good ways to help. Sleep is so important. So thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon.